everybody, this has been it's been a bit of a trial getting here today. The technical equipment has been a little dodgy, but I just wanted to hop on and show you things that I've been making. I just had to get my Timmy stuff out. I've been away from Timmy stuff so long, and as you know, we've spent the week clearing up and shifting things around, etc. And so a lot of my Timmy stuff has been out, and I've been looking at it, and I love it so much. So I just made a couple of things, and I made these little file folders. This one with the 5 gents on their bicycle, and it's sort of duck egg blue colour, and the card itself is from the Tim Holtz Backdrops number 5, which is the one with all the kind of pastel-y colours really. So I chose the duck egg one, and I teamed it up with pink, which I think looks nice. I put some eyelets down there and a little charm. So that's that side shut because they've gone all the way through. And then on this side I've closed it with just one of those mini clips. That's a Tim Holtz ideology thing, and that just goes on there. And then there's a couple of tags inside it. I think I've just tagged that one closed actually. There we go. So there's this one. It's got that on the back, which I love. I love that. And then a salvage tag, Timmy salvage tag that I've decorated. Put that in that way. And then on the back, just a collage really, and a big number 5. So I like that one, that's nice. And then this one, we've got our 3 bathing bells, and that's a sticker, some stamps, some rub-ons, big number 3. I don't know why I'm really into these big numbers at the minute, but I am. More rub-ons here. Here I've put 4 of these, and I've wound the twine in between them, so this side is shut. Same thing with this side. I've put a mini clip there, a little word charm. And then on the back we've got a yellow birdie, beautiful day. So that's those, and I'd just like to show you how I made them really, in case you want to make some. So I used my large file folder template, which is from my template set, which is in my Etsy shop. There's quite a few templates in there. There's this one, there's a small file folder, there's a slide, transparency thing. There's what else is there? There's an envelope, large and small. There's a coin envelope, large and small. There's quite a few things in there. And this is the large file folder, which I printed out onto quite sturdy cardstock, cut around it, and this is now my template to draw around. So I've selected this piece. It's red on the back, and it's got this pattern on the front. I don't know which side I'm going to use yet really, but so these ones, I've got the tab at that side. So if I put it that way, no, that would only work if I wanted the red. So let's put it upside down. It's just a matter of where you want your tab to be really. So I'm just going to put that on there. Draw around it. So it's quite easy. It's, nothing really high tech about this. We're just drawing the shape here, and we're going to cut it out, and that will give us our file folder. So I recommend you keep these flat somewhere. There's quite a stack of them, so plenty of enjoyment to be had. I just squared mine up to this side here, so it saves me cutting out that side, and then just cut round. Not really the biggest job in the world. Well, the nice weather, by the looks of it, has come and gone. We're back to normal British summer weather here, and it's raining. It's still quite warm. Still quite warm for us up here anyway, but it doesn't feel warm, does it, when it's all overcast and rainy? But I must say we've really enjoyed the last 2 or 3 weeks that we've had of glorious weather, and you never know, it might come back. can't get this little bit to cut out. Cut out, thank you. Save all your remnants, of course. You never know when you might need them. You can cut this with your trimmer if you like. I'm just doing it with my scissors because I'm feeling brave. There we go, lovely. Now then, I can have it that way, or I can have it that way. Which side do I want out? Probably this side, I think. So I'm just going to fold that, line that up with the corner there. Make sure you're square along the top edge there. And put your crease in. With Timmy paper, I never like to press too much on that fold. I don't know about the backdrops, they might be better, but certainly the pads would crack as soon as look at you, they really would. So I'm getting this is a board I use for all my inking. If I wanted something pristine, I'd clean this off. But on this occasion, I'm not fussed if I get ink kind of where I haven't put it. I like that distressed and grubby sort of look. I'm just, two things I haven't done. I want to just rub off that pencil line there that I can see. And I want to round my corners, which I forgot to do. So just round that one and these two. There we go. So now I'm ready to ink it. Goodness. So I'm just going to use Distress ink in Vintage Photo. You can use Distress Oxide if you want to, but I'm going to splash this with water, and I like the effect you get with ink more than the effect you get with the oxide. It's personal preference, both do the same thing. Or to be honest, you don't need ink at all. I just like this way, kind of grungy look to things. And I'm just coming out from the edges there a bit with my ink. And across the middle here, where it would have been folded. Put some ink down there. So I'm being what you might call generous with this lot here. Whew, it's quite wears you out. Maybe that's just a measure of my lack of fitness, I think. There we go, just go like that. Right, that's fine, but I actually want a slightly darker bit right round the edges. So I'm going to use my ground espresso ink just for around the edges. Just make that really dark round there. And you can see the difference. You think you're not doing anything, but you are. There we go. That's looking nice. Looking nice. Right, there we are, that's that. Now I need to work out whether I'm going to see any of the inside, and I'm definitely going to see that, probably nothing else, but I might go right along the top. So I'll just get my Vintage Photo out again. Just go across the top here. It's still got quite a bit of ground espresso in that, but it doesn't matter. This is a dark red anyway, so it's not showing much up. Let's go around the edge there. Okay, so I'm happy with that. I'll pop those away. And now I'm going to distress this with water. Now we all have our own, whoops, dropped my blue roll. Have our own way of getting the water onto the, whatever it is we're going to be distressing. You can spray it into your hand and then clap your hands over it, and that sprinkles the water. You can put it into your hand like that and just splotch it on, or like me, I just use my little spray bottle and I just press it ever so gently, and it just, you just get sort of droplets, which is what I'm after. So you give that a minute to work. That's the magic. That's me doing magic. Don't think I've got any up there, actually. Get something absorbent, a towel, kitchen towel, anything you like, as long as it's absorbent. Then put it over and press it down. And that will pick up all the water. But what the water's done, since it went down, is it's mixed with the ink. So we're now picking up inky water. And it kind of leaves us deficits. I don't think you're picking that. Oh, you can see it there. Like that. So, well, that's all over, but you're just not seeing it very well, I'm afraid. And I'm just going to do a little bit on this side as well. Like that. Give it time to work. It's got to mix in with that ink. And there we are. Okay, so I'm happy with that. That's my file folder ready to decorate now. I'm not going to fold that again while this is wet, because as I say, I don't trust Timmy's paper too far. So I'm going to put that to one side, and I've got another one here that I have already dried. It's had time to dry. It's a slightly different colour. Well, yeah, it's a lot different. It's this little checkerboard that was also in the same Backdrops 5 set, and you can see very clearly here the effect that the water's had. It's gorgeous. But what I didn't do with this was go around with the ground espresso, so I'm just going to do that now. And just darken those edges up a good bit. Just takes time, every step takes time, but it's all right, we've got time, hopefully. Now I can fold this, so I'm just going to go along there with my ground espresso. Like that, and I just want to go around this tab here at the top, just like that. That's fine. Right, great. So we're all inked up and ready to go. So this is the side that I'm going to have my eyelets on, because it's the opposite to every one that I've done so far, just for some point of difference really. So I want to put some washi tape under there. So let's get out the washi tapes. I have one or two. These are pretty much all Timmy in here. That's a fabric one. That's that fabric patchwork, I think it was called. It's gorgeous, I love it. And that one as well, yeah, I think so. But maybe not for what I want here. I like this one. I don't know which set they came from, because I just literally dumped them all in here. But I'm going to use this one. So I want it all the way down that edge. It might be easier this side, but not on the tab particularly. So let's get that squared up, make it easier a bit. and put this down here. All the way to the bottom. There we go. So it's stuck very well there. So I don't want it over the tab there. See if I can get that out. Get that off without put, yes, I think largely, let's say. Let's just trim that bit off. Perfect. And just turn that over to the other side. And then we've got a perfect edge on that side there. Like that, lovely. And then just trim it off following the shape, which you can clearly see through the washi. Right, there we go. Lovely. So I'm just going to bone folder that in place. Because I haven't glued it on, but to be honest, I don't need to glue it on because there'll be other things over it and around it and whatever. So that's that. We've made a start, and I'm going to have eyelets down there. So I've looked out, because I've been sticking to colour themes throughout, you know, on the other two, I've looked out some of the pieces of ephemera from various kits of Timmy's, old and new, that have got a red theme. And some I really like, some, yeah, they might fit where I'm trying to fit them, etc, etc. Now I like the idea of this label. I like the idea of it being there. It's very white, that I'm not so keen on. But just like any collage that you're building up, just keep going, keep adding pieces. I really want to include this flower. So I think that might go there, but I'm unsure what I'm going to put here then. Unsure as in I haven't got a clue. I'd quite like a couple of red smaller labels maybe, because there's little red labels down there. Now I looked at this Kathy Holden one. It's from the Flea Market Finds set that she released last year, and there's a lot of labels in it. They're all stickers. So I've got stamps. I've got a red stamp there. Ah yeah, these. I think these are the ones actually that I want. Big red circles, that's a bit on the large side. Yeah, they're nice too. Oh, there's lots and lots and lots. But I'm going to go for these ones. These are more what I'm after. And I really need to ink around those. So I think the best way of inking around them, I'm not sure actually. Yeah, I think I'm just going to have to brazenly go with it. And then, because I'll have taken most of the stick off them, I'll have to put some glue on them, but that's alright, we can do all that. Right, now I don't want them to be the whole piece, so I'm just going to take a piece off the end there. I'm pretty sure that's not straight. I'm certain that's not straight, in fact. I don't know why I can't cut straight, it's quite annoying. That might be not too bad. And don't forget to ink that bit that you've just cut off. So yeah, I like that there. So I'm just going to put a little bit of glue on that. It still feels very sticky to me, but I want it to have some longevity. I'm going to put that just above halfway, like that. Lovely. Yeah, that's nice. And I'm going to put another one just above it, but slightly less of it showing. So I'm going to cut it now about there. You know, I think that isn't bad. I think it might actually be straight. Write this day down in your diary. Right, there we go. Oh, bit of glue. Nearly forgot. I'm just going to put that just above that there. I don't know why. I have no idea why. I just fancy doing it. There we go. Yeah, I mean, I like that already. So, were there any larger red ones, or is this our... Well, there's nothing wrong with that, actually. I haven't seen anything wrong with that. Actually, what I could do is fold that right over to the back. It would keep it closed, but that wouldn't matter. Yeah, let's do that. So I'll ink all the way around it. Where's my ink gone? And then when we've got it stuck on, we can ink down the side. This is really dark now, this ink, because I've been using this dauber for ground espresso, but it doesn't matter to me. And I'm just going to go over it a little bit like that. I like that, that's nice. So let's stick this on. So I'm kind of building a collage up, but I'm flying blind. I've got no real idea of what the end outcome's going to be. So let's put that about there. I like that there. Is it straight? Not so as you'd notice. Is that straight? Yeah, that's better, I think. So let's make sure we've got this lined up properly and fold that over. Yeah. That's okay, I think. So let's just ink down that side. There we go. Right, so I'm just going to get my bone folder and just go over that just to help it lie really flat. But we're doing okay. And this side's going to be held flat because of the eyelets that are going into it. So let's think what else we might need on here or would help it or whatever. Out of my chosen supplies, well, I definitely want this flower on there. I love it. So I could have it over there like that. I could have it over here like that, or I could have it fairly central. Fairly central's not feeling right to me. I quite like that. I like that, I think. But I'm going to have to build up around here something. It doesn't have to be a really dense collage at all. So I've got this, it's just, I don't even know where it came from. No clue. I can just pop that under there. And I've got a couple of small red little pieces. No. Yes, I like that. I can stamp on this background if I want to before I start building my collage up. No, I'm not going to. I'm going to build the collage up and then I'm going to stamp or put rub-ons in the places that need it. Just wondering if that needs to go kind of there, like that. So I'm not left with just a tiddly little bit in there, and that bit can go there. I like that. I like the idea of that. And then down here, well, I didn't lay out any other neutral things, and that was an oversight because Now we need some. So let's get my this, whatever you call it, photo album. And I've got some, this was from the graphics fairy. Yeah, I'll lay that out and see what we've got. The red's not quite the right red, but the cream is a nice colour. So let's cut this one out. So just use what you've got. That's the good thing about collages. You can use stuff up. See, that's got a red line on the top. Well, I'll leave it with the red line because who knows, that might be okay. So I could put that down at the bottom there, like that. I quite like that. I've got a postage stamp. No, I'm veering away from what I like here. I need something along here. Let's go back to this, see what's on it. I really don't think that red is the right red. It's not the right red for me. So I'm going to go into these cream ones a bit more. I'm going to look at them a bit more. Well, cream, neutral, whatever you want to call them. They're nice though. So I'm going to cut those in half, which is, you know, it is two separate things. Have just been joined together, so that's okay. So I'm going to get rid of that eau de cologne because I want to remove that red from the top. I'm going to put this in here, just overlapping that red label. I've got that up there, and do I want that somewhere? Don't want to cover up all the red from that, otherwise it's a bit pointless putting it on really. Oh, I don't know, got a bit of a dilemma. I've got this red, which is gorgeous, I love it. Can I find somewhere for it to go? In there? If I bring that down a bit, I can maybe get something across here. Some nice narrow bit. Yeah. I'm just going to cut that down to there. So I've just got a very narrow piece here. I'm just going to add that to the top of there and the bottom of my label, right across to the edge. Yeah, I'm liking that, that's alright. I don't think I need a whole lot more, maybe something here, but not much. So I've got a fragile handle with care. Which I'll put under there actually, just over the top of that label, but just so as you can still see the red. I think that'll be alright. Because here I'm going to put a stamp. So yeah, let's go with that then. Let's go with that. So let's get inking the pieces up. If you haven't got any red and you fancy doing red and you've got a red ink pad, just make your own labels up. That's the thing to do. Mr. F's just filled my bottle of glue up, so it's coming out of the canter. So that's just going, oh, just moved everything in there, just along the top of that label. Like that, lovely. And that's going down at the bottom, I believe. That's going under there though. That's going on top, so this piece needs to go on next. Oh. It is dark, but you can still get rid of the white paper by inking it. The white paper around the edges, because it does look a bit unsightly. If everything else is inked, you can look at it and say, oh, I forgot to ink that. That's most annoying. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm just going to bring it right up to that label there. Just so I've got some continuity going on. I don't know if that's dead square, but it's not a mile off. Then this one's going at the top. So all we're doing at the minute is just making a collage with bits of paper. That's all it is. So that's going there. So this wants to go maybe along on top of that piece, actually would look nice. There. Yeah. Like that. It's coming together quite well actually. Oops, I'm going to have a hole there now. I think what I need to do is find some of my bandage that I've dyed. I'm going to put you on pause because I haven't got a clue where it is, so I'll be back. Right then, so I found my bandage. It's just a gauze bandage I buy from the pharmacy, and I dye it with vintage photo actually, but you dye it with any colour you like. And it's a really open weave gauze. It's perfect. It's even sterilised. I mean, come on. So let's just see where we're at, what we need, where we are up to. Okay, so I'm going to put this piece under my flower, right up to but not over that red label, because I want to see some of the red from there. So let's stick that down. So along the bottom and right up to that label. There we go, that's nice. And this is going to go kind of there. And I'm going to put some of this under it so we won't have a visible gap there. Then I did have some other things that I was going to include. I can't remember where I was going to include them. Oh yeah, this piece here. That was going to go along there, wasn't it? I quite like the idea of stamping something in there, so I don't think I'm... Let me just see it again. I found this piece when I was looking for the gauze actually, which is just... It's from the field notes that I just stamped out onto cream card. And I quite like that there. That looks quite nice. And I can still stamp on there. Yeah, so let's include that piece then. It's made the cut. It just was there, just, I don't know, when I pulled the bandage out, this flew out with it, so kind of wanted to be included. So, about there. Yeah, that's great. That's great, I like that. Now it's coming together. It's coming together. So, I'm not going to stick that rose on, or whatever it is, geranium, rose, no idea, yet, because I want to see how the stamps look and if I need to include anything else. So let's think about the stamps. So put the glue in the ink, put the lids on them. What's that? No, it's just a piece of white paper. It'll go in the bin. Right, so let's get the photo album back out and have a look at my rub-ons. Thank you, Mr. Alpha, just sent me glue flying. Right, all my rub-ons here then. I don't think I can bring them much into shot really. There we go, you can see what I'm talking about. So I've got all of these, so I need to find something to go on there. It could be a big number. Could move that across and put a big number on there. Could be. Or I've got these ones that are more sort of wordy. I'm going to have to open this up. It doesn't want to go like that. Yeah, these are more sort of words. But I'm wanting... Oh, what about that? There's a big 5, isn't there, somewhere? Yeah, there. Would that go onto the label? Or is it too big? It's just a bit big. But don't despair, there's a big 3, which would just go on. But it's going to leave a heck of a lot of space around it. Let's cut that out and see what it looks like. So it could go there, like that. I'd have to put something else above and below it. But I do like it there, I definitely do. Right. What can I put? I've got all these words. All of these, I've got loads. I could put little numbers. Oh, I know. There's a figure 1 and a figure 2 here. I could put the figure... they're quite small though, aren't they? Let's just have a look at what else I've got. I've got bugs, but I don't really want bugs. Yeah, there's a figure 3 there. I think I must have used the other figure 1, 2 and... oh no, there it is. I've got it. I've got a figure 1, 2 and 3. And they might just fit above and below that big number 3. Let's cut these out. Not clipping that fly's wing. Oops. Right, there we go. You can see how I end up in such a mess, can't you? So I'm going to put the figure 1 right at the top of there. So let's cut that out. And that's going there. Where's my... here. I just use the end of my tweezers. I've got the proper tool. And I've got loads from 49 and Market, because every one of their rub-ons comes with a tool. Right, I'm going to put that there. That is most definitely going there. There's a lump or something under there, never mind. Is that it? Yep, there we go. So that says figure 1, and then if I put my 3 there, or down a little bit, I'll get figure 2. I thought I might get figure 2 and 3, but I don't think so. Figure 2 and figure 3, yeah, there's not room for that. So figure 1, then the 3. There. I love rub-ons. I'm addicted to them, I'm sure. Let's see if that's enough yet or not. No, not quite. Just give it another rub. There we go. Oh, that's great. I love it. And then I'll put figure 2 underneath. About there. In a little bit. About there. I reckon that's great. Oop. It's jumping off at me. Right, so there we are. That's lovely. I like that a lot. Any more for any more? Yeah, I probably need something there, here, there. So I've still got my figure 3, which I'm hanging on to. These are all used up, so I can chuck them out. What am I going to put there? That I can't tell you because I don't know. Let's see what I've got. I could put a bug, couldn't I? Yeah, I could. I'm kind of running out of my rub-ons, to be honest. There's a little bee type thing there. In fact, I think it is. Might even be a proper bee, I don't know. Which I think will fit into that corner really nicely. Just be careful when you put it down, because once it makes contact with the paper, it's stuck and you can't get it off. So make sure it's where you want it to be before you drop it. There we go. I quite like that. It's different. So I'm going to put my cheesecloth stuff under there. So I just want something here. I might just use something really quite loose, like legible text, illegible text. That might be the way forward. Let's see. Let's see what I've got in the world of that sort of stuff. Actually, they might be on the other side of life. Right, I found them. So I'm just going to remove that because that's just going to complicate matters. And I'm going to use my VersaFine Claire in Nocturne in the black to kind of match up with the rub-ons. And I can't remember which way up this goes, so I'm going to have to stamp it out first. Yeah, the other way. And I'm not using a block or anything, I'm just using my fingers here. I'm just going to put various little pieces of this in and around, like that, and a little piece under here. And here, and I think that's the bits that were visible. So I think that's all that needs really. Might need like a signature or something along there. In fact, let's do that right now. Where's the this one? This is the Kathy Holden Sign Here stamp set, which is so useful. Really, really is useful. So I want one that's going to fit on there. I'll use this one at the bottom. I've never used it before. Does that fit? No, of course it doesn't. So I want one that's not quite that long. That one there. And a little stamp block. I'm going to do it in black. Could do it in red, couldn't I? Yeah, let's do it in red. Get it the right way up is always helpful. I'm going to put that on straight. I'm tempted to put it on kind of jaunty, but I think it's, yeah, it looks better straight, I think. Put that away. There we go, so that's going to go there. I don't think I need any more than that. I think that looks nice. I think so. Right, let's get some of this cut then and put under the flower. So I'm going to cut a fair size piece because you can cut it down afterwards. Just pull the edges out a bit. Might get away with having that sort of doubled over. I'm going to put it on single. If I need another piece, I'll cut it. So I'll just put that there, that there. See, it has that lovely desired effect, or the effect I am desiring, that it kind of just blurs everything in. It's just lovely. Yeah, I like that. Right, I'm going to stick that down. I'm going to stick this down through that. So I'm going to use my Distress Collage medium, the one that's in the bottle, not the one that's in the tub. And I'm going to put plenty on because I want this to stick. Oops, I want to ink it first. Because I want to stick the cloth through the flower. There we go. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure I've got plenty glue on here. Especially down that central part. Right, so let's get this exactly where we want it. Just about there, I think. And give that a good press down. I'm going to get my towel out and really press it down. So now I'm just going to trim some of this excess away I do want to leave some, but I don't want masses. Still want to be able to see what's underneath, you know, what's around it. There we are. I think that's fine. So this bit here just hasn't stuck. And this is the joy of distress collage medium, I find. Get off. Yeah, exactly. None of it stuck at all. Sure, it's great, this, for sticking things to glass and whatever, but oh my goodness, I know when it dries it's fabulous, but honestly until it dries it's a bit of a curse type glue for me. Right, let's give that a try. Just a bit up here that hasn't got any. Okay, here we go again. Look at the state of my hands. They're ridiculous. Right, really stick that down. So there we are. I like that, it's nice. Got the lid back on my glue, yes, now I do. And I'm going to put my holes down here. So I'm going to get my jelly roll pen out, because I know it will work. Let me just put this stamp set away. Yes, you did hear me right. I'm putting a stamp set away. Trying really hard this time. So I'm going to put one there. One there. How much is that? What's the gap there? Looks about an inch, but might not be. No, it's 3/4 actually, so 1.5. So that 3/4. It's about there, and that'll do. I think 3. That doesn't look right, does it? From there to there is 3/4. From there to there, well, maybe a little bit further down, but not much. So yeah, I'm going to make my holes and put them in now. So I'm using the big holes. And I've set my depth to be 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch, I'm not sure what. Yeah, it must be 1/4 inch, so I can get them all the same distance from the side. How annoying is this when it doesn't eject? Oh, come on. So we've strengthened this by putting the washi, or as Timmy calls it, design tape on the side, so it can easily take the eyelets that we're going to put in. So what colour shall I use? I've got red. I'm going to put red in. Very seldom get the opportunity to use red. I can't even get into it, so it might not be red. Oh my goodness me. How does one get into this then? Oh, you don't. You probably put it back in the drawer. Oh no, it's got sellotape on it. That's probably not helping. Give it to Mr. F. That's the solution to every problem. Give it to Mr. F. So it's looking all right. Like it. So we've got the back to do now, but that's not quite as, thank you, my dear. it's not quite as much work. These look quite large actually. I hope they're going to go through there. Whew. Maybe not. Ooh. I don't think they're going to go through there. Do you think they go through there, Mr. F? They do look, the bore on them looks really quite large. No. Yeah. I'll give you the other two then while you're there. Thank you. I hope you've got a Mr. F in your lives, because he's invaluable. Yeah, I don't know where they came from, but they're really rather large. Rather large. Even Mr. F's struggling. That's unusual. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, they go in nicely though, so that's the main thing. They're quite strong. They look nice though, don't they? I like that, that's nice. So, have I got any red and white twine? That's a question, isn't it? Yes, I do. Here we go. So I'm going to put red and white twine up the side here. Butcher's twine, I think it's known as. Which is fine. And I'm just going to kind of, yeah, start from there, go in, go out, or in and out, whichever way, it doesn't really matter. And just in and out all the way up. And then with the other piece, the other end, should I say, I'm just going to do the opposite. This is very free stuff, this. So there we are, and that comes out. Comes out there. Lovely, and that just gives us a little bit of interest. It's quite nice actually. So yeah, I'm just going to tie my knot in that now, because I can put my ball pin in through the knot. So I'm just going to tie it quite tightly off in a double knot. Cut the ends off. You can leave them a bit actually. I might leave them a little bit on this one. And I'm going to get my glue and go over those ends, because I know they're going to fray. So just rub a little bit of glue into the ends and it'll just stop them fraying, hopefully. So the next thing I'm going to do is get a bulb pin and one of Timmy's, not called quote chips, I don't know what they're called actually. Can't remember, the circles that have got words on. Focus on the good, that is a good one, I'm having it. And a bulb pin. Mr. F's just found these, a whole bag of lovely coloured bulb pins. Good find, Mr. F. So I'll put that on there. 10 to 1 on, I'll have it on the wrong side, because I always do. Then I'm just going to put that up through that knot there, like that, and close it up. Let's have a look. Oh, that looks lovely. That looks nice. Looks lovely. Right, so now let's concentrate on the back. Right, so the back. So I've still got these two halves, well, not halves, the remnants of what we put on the front. So I'm thinking I will utilise those in a similar sort of place down the edge up to this washi tape that we've got here. They're just little bits. I forgot to glue them, but I'm pretty sure they'll be alright. Give them a good press down. There we go. Right. So I haven't really got any other red focal points, to be honest. I've got lots of little red labels, some bits and pieces, but I've got this girl and I really, really like her. She's gorgeous. I don't know why I'm so drawn to her, but I absolutely am. I don't know where I could put her. Probably maybe there. I don't want to cover that up though. Maybe there. Let's put it there. And let's just put some pieces around her and see what it looks like. I'm also running out of pieces. What else have I got? It says special delivery. I quite like that, you know, with a little bit of stamping on it. I think that's adequate. I need something for on that stamp, that label there. But maybe something like, would the field label fit on there? Would it? Heck, what are you on about, silly woman? What about that? Yes, that would fit on there perfectly, absolutely perfectly. So what colour am I going to do it in? That's the question. It's not going to stick. Don't be silly. Don't be silly. The colour. I don't really want red, but I think I want brown. I don't think I want the severeness of black. So let's do that then in brown. And I'm not fussed if this is a good stamp or not. If it's a bit not great, that's fine. And what do you know, it's absolutely perfect, of course. And all the times when you do a stamp and you want it to be perfect, you've got bits missing. But that's that's the way of the world. Live with it. There we go. Put the red away as well for the time being. I'm going to ink around this young lady who has me quite enchanted. She's really gorgeous. Got bits of my dauber dropping off. If your dauber's in a similar condition to mine, please don't ink over your things, because bits of it drop off and it's not good. Yeah, I quite like that there. Before I stick that down, I'm going to stamp in the background. So let's have a look what I've got that I can stamp with. I've got all my Groovy New stamps here, my Creative Expressions ones, which are just so lovely. So I've got, oh yeah, well, that's all backgrounds, isn't it? Not sure there's one I want to use. I like that one, but yeah, let's have a look what else we've got. That one, which is all the dates. There's two in there, they're both dates. This one, is that dates as well? Yeah, so I don't know what the other one of those was. Yeah, it's just dates. This one, which is the signatures and stuff. I like this one here that says good work. And this that's got butterflies and like little plants on. And definitions like flowers, botanical, and then words, grow, observation, collector of beautiful things. That's just got to go on. And these little flowers, which are gorgeous. Probably easier to see from the other side, actually. Yeah, this one with a butterfly wing. I like that. Grow beautifully. I like that one. Nature is a painting for us day after day, pictures of infinite beauty. Come on. That will do nicely. So I haven't used this stamp set at all. This is my first time. So where's my stamp block? Here. And I think I'll use Vintage Photo. Now I know the attendant problems with Vintage Photo, that you don't get a clear stamp, but I'm not that worried about it being clear, to be honest. It's background. That's fine. It is very much in the background. That one's clearer, but it's fine, you know. Doesn't really matter. Anything else on here that I want? There is Poetry Among the Wildflowers. I need to put her back actually where she's going, then I can see what I'm doing. Let's go in there, kind of like that. Yeah, I need other things. I think I need a more general background. A more general background, which is generally means illegible text. So where's my little, somewhere in this lot I've got the stamp that came with the tiny toadstools. Well, I can't find that, but I have found these that are sort of grids, and I think they will do the job very nicely. So let's go for this one. Little stamp platform. I've got a bigger one than this somewhere, but I don't know where it is. And I'm going to use ground espresso this time, something just a little bit more defined, but still not the VersaFine Claire. I don't want it that clear. That's great. That's a lovely background. Just a little bit along here. Yeah, that's great. That's enough. Enough of you. Thanks very much. Go back where you came from. And I've got this one, which I really do like, but I'm going to have to be careful. I don't want it inked beyond that line. That'll be fun. Right, let's put this on, but not beyond that line. That's all right. It's worked out rather well, actually. More good luck than good guidance, as they say. That's fine. It's just a hint of a background. It's really nice. Lovely. That's great. I think that's great anyway, time will tell. There we are, that didn't have a bag, so I haven't got a bag to go back in. Let's put our pretty lady there, and this along here. See what we've got. Yeah, that, I mean, that just looks so much better, so much better. It looks fairly complete to me. I might want to stamp something. I doubt I'm going to get anything in there, but I might add something in there. So let's have a look and see what we've got that's titchy tiny that can go in there. Two of these numbers would go in there. Let's do that then. This I am going to get the versifying out for. I might get the red out as well actually. Let's go for it. So I just want the top two numbers. So I'm just going to ink just the top two. I didn't quite get the bottom of the second one. I'm not overly fussed about that. It's fine. Don't want any more red anywhere. I don't think so. I think that's nice. I like it. But what's come to my mind is I need something on there, on the top of there. So probably a stamp. See what we've got. Have I got anything else that would work? Special delivery's too long. Yeah, what about that one? That would work perfectly. Perfectly. So let's just ink that up. Glue it on. Put that on the tab, fairly centrally and fairly straight if you can manage it. There we go, lovely. Right, that's that. That front looks lovely. And onto here, so now we can stick the lady and this Paravion. So let's just ink around the Paravion sign. Get that stuck down, then we can stick the lady and we're about done, I think. Oh, stick it the right way. There we go. So it's a very simple little collage, this on the back. You can make yours more fancy should you wish. There we go. Get stuck down, love. My hands are filthy. It's from the ink. There we are. That's nice. That's very nice. So that's the back. That's the front. And all we need now, a couple of little journaling cards. And I've kept these two out because I think they're just perfect. 5 of hearts and this lovely rose one. So I'm just going to back them with a bit of cream card, cut them out and stick and stamp on the back. So I'll do that, I'll see you in a sec. Okay, so I've got these cut out and inked round, nice card so that you can journal on them if you so wish. And I'm going to use this stamp on one of them. This is a wonderful stamp, it's a beautiful stamp actually. It's another one of the Creative Expressions Sam Poole stamps. She's produced this fabulous set of stamps. Really, you know, I think up there with the Timmies of the world. And I don't say that loosely because I really love Timmy's stamps, more particularly. So let's just put that on there. and I could have just the lines. That might look quite nice. Let's do that. I'm going to use Nocturne for this. In fact, I need to move that over a bit because I've got it hanging off the edge. So move that to there. Just ink it up. Once again with this one, I'm not really fussed if it's not the world's best stamp. I quite like the idea of it being a bit not perfect, whatever that word is. There's no top and bottom to this, so that doesn't matter. And I'm just going to use the lines. I think that's about square. Oh yeah, that's nice. That's nice, nice. Okay, and I might use the other side of this actually for the other one. So let's just ink the other side up. This has got dates and writing on it, etc. But that's okay. Because I can't see anybody actually using this to journal on, if I'm honest. So this does have a top. The top is there, so we need it that way. There we go. Very nice. A very, very nice stamp. I know I've said that 100 times, but honestly it is. I'll give you the details of it in just a sec once I clean it off. There we go. You can tell I like it. Cleaning it off. So where does it belong? Where's it? Here it is. It's going to take me ages to clear up after this because I've done these three all together, one after the other. So there's all sorts of everything out. Where does this go? Why have I not got another one for there? Where's the back piece? Here. Here it is. There we go. I'll tell you the details in just one sec. It is Creative Expressions, designed by Sam Poole, and it's number CEC 1033, called Journal Notes, and it's just a gorgeous stamp. It's really useful, I would have thought, to anybody who does junk journals. I'm not on any commission or anything, I have to tell you. It's just that I really love the stamp. I should be on blooming commission. Anyway, I'll worry about that in a minute. Let's put our cards in here. They should be dry now. So they just slot into there like that. And this one into the back. And then I'm just going to get a tiny, weeny little clip. Wherever they are, there's one. And pop that just on the end there. And it just keeps the journal cards in. Makes it more like a pocket, I suppose. Come on. Like that, that's fine. So, now we started with the template, my template for the... don't ask me even where it is, but it's just the template from my template sets that we cut out onto some of the Tim Holtz backdrops paper, and then we just decorated it. Put some eyelets in. There you have it. So let's just clear this lot off a little bit so I can show the three off together. See what you think. So there's the yellow one with the ladies in the swimming costumes. There's the blue one with the gents on the bicycles, which I really like. And the red one that we've just done today, which is the rose. So those are the 3 altered file folders that we've done. So I hope you like them, and I'll see you soon. Right, it's now time for the collage, which I guess in a way, I don't know, I think it might be my favourite part. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, the collage prompts for this, which is the orange one. These are up in my Ko-fi shop. They're free to download, just go and download them. And there's 2, there's next week's, which is a purple one. But this week and the purple one come as one sheet. So just download them. I cut mine in half and they fit on this book. You can resize it, make it bigger, smaller, whatever you want to do with it. And in fact, you don't even have to use it. I just put this out for people who want a bit of a leg up to start with. But if you're quite happy to build your collage from, you know, the bottom up, that's great. That's absolutely brilliant. But I'll carry on using these for a while yet, till we get everybody on board and comfortable with what they're doing. So the prompts for week 5 are labels, stamps, a tag, words and leaves. It's quite a random lot actually, and it made my head think, you know, I had to really think about that. I didn't put my orange one here after the red one because quite honestly when I just laid it on the page, it was just, this is just so distracting. I couldn't work with it, so I've just covered it up and put my orange one there. So what I thought with regards to the labels and the stamps were that I actually have some stamps that are labels. So I thought I would do that. So I have already done it, cut some out, inked them and whatever, but just to show you what I did, here's my box of goodies. Question now is, did I put the stamps away or not? I'm pretty sure I did, but you'd think they'd be on the top, wouldn't you? There's one. That's great. That'll do nicely. So we just all know it's not going to stick on there. Although that does look quite new actually, that one. So you just stamp it out. Now I'm lucky, I've got, I think this is a darkroom door one actually. I've got orange ink, VersaFine Clair, and it's called Summertime. And I bought the orange specifically because I find myself very often when I'm doing Timmy collages going to orange. Hello, where do you think you are? That's quite funny. Going to orange even when I'm doing Timmy stuff because I find it I don't know, just sits nicely with it. It's kind of in that rusty hinge family and I really like it. Be it fabric or paper, card, whatever. I often find myself just including little bits of stamped on paper that are orange. So I bought this, and actually it's very underused ink pad. As you can see, it is bright orange, but it's not so... Wow, this is like a new stamp, I think. Look at that. It's very sticky. So let's just stamp that out. And I'm just stamping onto the regular stuff I stamp onto. I think it's 180 GSM. There we go. How beautiful is that? That is a lovely stamp. Yeah, I didn't even know I had that. I'm just going to wipe that off or stamp it off or something because, like I say, I think that's pretty new. Who knew it? Who knew it? And I'm going to stamp something inside there. So I will have a label. Let's see what I'm going to stamp in there. Let's have a look. Will you fit in? Yes, you will. Let's use you then. Oh, but I've got words somewhere here. So let's stamp something that's got words on. Could I stamp... No, the delivery won't fit. Which words do I have that would fit? Oh, that's a little stamp platform, isn't it? Special delivery, condemned. No, all too big. All too big. What about that one? That's a number and then it says receipt. That's a word. I'll give that one a go. And this I'm going to stamp in black. I don't want the writing inside the label to be orange. That would just be too much. Oh, this doesn't want to stick. There we go. So I want that fairly central and fairly straight. If I can. There we go. Now, I would call that a label once it's cut out, and I use stamps to get it. So, as far as I'm concerned, I've ticked off those top two, labels and stamps. Job done. Let's put those away so I know where they are. So I'm going to cut this out. I'm just going to waft it over with a little bit of heat, because sometimes that VersaFine can take a second or two to dry. I don't want to smudge it. I think Archive will do a really nice orange as well, actually. I think it might be a Wendy Vecchi stamp. Here we go. So just cut around it, leave a margin. Well, I always leave a margin, you don't have to. So that's two of our prompts ticked off straight away. There we go. We've got a label that's got a word in it. And it's a stamp. Come on, that's three actually. Blimey, on a roll. So I'm just going to reach for the ink. Just ink around that. And yeah, I like that. Still looks a little bit clean. Yeah, I'd say clean. So I'll introduce you to the other ones that I've done, which are these ones. I'm not saying I'm going to use them all. I just did kind of plenty. So yeah, I've got those, and so I've got labels, stamps, words, tag. So I laid out two tags from the Timmy, this one, salvage tags. I go through these packs of salvage tags, honestly, and really I could make my own, but you know, I keep buying them. They're not that expensive. Or they hadn't used to be. Everything's gone up by a chunk. So yeah, I laid out two tags that I thought fitted in really nicely. But I kind of like that one as well. So what I want to do now is just remove all of this up to there, and I just want to get some ink on these, just colour them a bit. You of course do not need to do this. So I'm just going to put some distress ink off my stamp pad down onto there. Get it moving with a bit of water, like so, and then I'm just going to dot these in it. Oh, they look so nice. They look so different when they've had this treatment. They just look aged and glorious. You can use any colour ink you want, of course you can. Rusty Hinge might be quite nice. These are going a bit soggy actually. A little bit soggy. Need to just dab them in and then leave it. I've got this one with what I think is a bee on it. I probably won't use it, but you know, it's in there. And this one, oh, it's got a lot on it. That's the one we've just done. And then my tags. Oh, look at that. So lovely. I'll hold it up so you can see it. Look at that. It's beautiful. And this might not show up a lot, but oh, it shows up enough. I love it. Oh, so much better with ink on. Everything's better with ink. There we go. That's just loads nicer. Yeah, I love it. Love it. I can't stop. Stop. Just can't get any in that middle bit. What's wrong? Come on. Get some ink on you. No, it's resistant. Okay, so that's that. I'm just going to get a little piece of mixed media paper and just soak up that brown, because it does come in useful sometimes. Just let it soak up. Yeah, that's fine. There's not a lot on there, and what is on there is watered down, so we're not actually wasting much. But that's a nice start to something, isn't it? Actually, it's really nice. Oh dear. So I'll get myself some blue roll, I'll get this lot tidied away, and I'll see you in a sec. Oh. Okay, so I've dried all of those, all the labels that I had, dried my 2 tags, and I also made 4 more bits of ephemera from the Tim Holtz backdrops number 4 that are basically all neutral, so just the 2 separate pieces of paper, but you can barely tell, and stamped on them and cut them out. They aren't inked, but they look quite grungy anyway, so I'm okay with that. That actually goes that way. So we've got these pieces. The only outlier that we have now, once we put those on, of course, I've got labels, I've got stamps, I've got 2 tags, got words, or leaves, but I'm actually going to leave them for a while. I'm going to try and build up this collage and then come on to the leaves and see where I can put them. So let's have a look then. Let's see what we got and what we can do. Right. I really wanted to make the ephemera neutral because there's so much orange in this background. I don't really know where to begin, to be honest. How about we put that there? Which is okay, apart from I've got this going on here, but I can cover that over with something. I'm just going to put some twine in that, in the top of that tag, just so it looks like a proper tag. And it's not going to interfere with anything because it's going to hang off the side of the page. That's fine. So I'm just going to tie a knot in it like that and then cut the ends off. Okay, so yes, that's going there. It's going to go over the top of this piece that says carte postale and just over that piece that says, it doesn't say anything, it's orange. So yeah, that's going to go there. Happy with that. All right. But as I say, that leaves me with this problem here. So I need a piece for there. What do I have? Let's have a look. I don't want that piece because this piece is long and thin, and then this piece is long and thin. So I don't want those. But how about this piece? Yes. That piece is tall. Yeah, that's great there. That covers up this whole meeting of these pieces. Yeah, I like that there. That's great. Fabulous. Marvellous. Right. I'm going to lay all my stamped ones out so I can see what I've got. These are, a lot of these are from the Creative Expressions stamps. I've shown you them as I've bought them, Botanic and whatever. But they're really nice, lovely stamps. So I do want something down here. One of my orange stamps, maybe. Just there, just over the top of there. That'll be fine. Just feeling my way around this at the moment. See what's what and where. Quite like this big one. If I put that over this, because there's a lot of meeting up of things there, that simplifies that whole thing. Like that? Like it? Yeah. Yes, I do. And I'm going to put this tag, I think, at the top. It's going to leave me with a bit of a gap there. But this big one that we've just done, that would fit there, I think. I don't want to cover that number up because it's really nice. So maybe I'll put that coming over the top. Whatever, either way I'm going to put some twine in that tag as well. I don't know what I'm going to do when I run out of this really thin twine. I use it such a lot. I have got the beautiful, beautiful twine that Janya bought me. Sent me as a gift. Ooh. So generous. There we go. So, yeah. I'm going to put that underneath there. I like it like that. I like this there, covering those up. And then I've got, as you can see, I've got a bit of that, and a bit of that, and two of these. So I need to kind of cover that up a little bit, soften that out. So I'm going to bring that over those. And it just fits over this. Bring that in a bit. So, yeah, that's nice. I like that. Right, here I've got a fair bit of orange and nothing in there, so let's use the one that says field notes. This might all come off in a minute if I don't like it, but I'm just, as I say, I'm just feeling my way around like so. And then I've got the B. Now if it's going to go anywhere, it's got to go centrally. Bring that down a little bit. Still doing its job there, that's great. And put the B in there. Yeah, that's okay. I'd like there to be a bigger gap there, but there isn't, so what can I do? Okay, let's just leave that there for the time being. Then over here I want something over the bottom of that. Just marry all that lot up. Yeah, that's fine. I think that looks pretty good. I don't know what else we need really. I don't think it needs anything up there. No, I'll show you what I've got in mind next and then we can see what we think. I've got in mind, I mean, it's asking for leaves. How can you put leaves down without flowers? You know what I mean? So anyway, I've got some leaves here that I coloured with, with De La Roni marker pens, watercolour markers. Can I just recommend those? They are fabulous, absolutely fabulous. And I've also got these flowers that I got from Ali many moons ago. They still sell them, they're still on there. They've got horribly long backs to them. These long plastic backs, which if you're building up a mixed media piece, that's great because you can stick them in. But I'm not, I want them to go fairly flat actually. So I've taken the backs off all of my flowers. So now I've got a hole in the middle. but that's okay. I can get over that. And I've taken the ones that are this sort of peachy, orangey colour and some creamy-fied ones. So I've got those. I've got 6 of those out. So I'm just going to very gently just play with this and see what it looks like. But I'm thinking I'm going to have 2 focal points. I was careful about the green that I used. I wanted to use a green that was a much more bluey green. It sort of goes better with the orange. So I've used dyes from all sorts of different dye sets. They're all Timmy dyes. Well, they're all Sizzix dyes, I should say. Some of them aren't Timmy. This is kind of hard to handle until you get it stuck down, but as long as we see if it's going to work or not, that's the main thing. And then I'll put 3 flowers in there. And then similar kind of thing at the top, I think. So I'm going to have 2 focal points. I'm going to have a split focal point this week. Let's put that one there. That was fairly straight, that one, but I sort of curled it while it was still wet. This one and this one. So we've got the same sort of arrangement. And then these 3 would go there. So what does that look like? Just going to ask Mr. F if he can just pull in just a little bit so you can see what we've got and see what you think. That's lovely, thank you. I think that looks quite nice. I like this dark bit in the centre. I like this tag here. So I've got my 3 darker things. I've got quite a lot of those stamped labels, but I think it can stand it because we've kind of got rectangles down here. So we're just sort of echoing that. Yeah, I like that. So they're all inked up. Everything's inked up apart from the flowers and the leaves, which I don't want to ink up. So I think it's a question of getting them stuck down now. So let's do that. So what's at the very back? Let's take the leaves off. They're just complicating my life unnecessarily. Right, so I think this one is right at the very back. So let's get that glued down. You think you haven't changed it much, but look at that. And then when you turn it over, look at that. Look at the difference. That's so groovy when it looks like that. Thank you to every single person who has posted their collages in the group. I absolutely love seeing them. And if you're wondering what group is this she's speaking of, I have a Facebook group called Miss Paint-A-Lot's Junk Journal group, where people take this collage challenge, if you like, and post their collages. And for some people, it's the first time they've ever posted anything. For some people, it's the first thing they've made. But they bravely go and paste it for us, post it on the group. And we've got a lovely group. I'm so fortunate to have this wonderful group of ladies and men who post and comment on people's on the things people put up for us, and they're very, very kind and incredibly supportive. So let's put that about there. Right, got 2 pieces down, so all is not lost. There we go. Now this I think is the bottom one as well, so we'll put this one down, this tag. Like I say, I love these Timmy tags. So I'm thinking we'll get Bob finished next week, which is incredible. He seems to have come together really quickly. I haven't done that many videos on him, and already he's... Oh, I want that up. I want that to cover that. So let's just shunt that up a little bit to there. There we go. I've just got some glue on there now, so I'll just wipe that away. Like so. Lovely. And then we had this bloom right at the bottom. Like, I think it was level with the edge actually we had it, and just coming over that tag a little bit. There we go. There we go. Lovely. We're making progress. So now I think maybe the next thing is this big piece. And I want to get that to stretch between the two. So about there. I think I'm going to have to start making the backgrounds a bit more neutral, because they dictate so much, and sometimes it's fun not to be dictated to. So I want that about there. I want to see all of that number, but just on top of that tag. Yeah, that's fine. There we go. I'm looking forward to when we don't need a base, you know, when we can blithely set off on our own journey with just a blank page. Right, so I know I can put this bee in. That definitely goes there. If you are looking for a contrast colour, I can tell you the contrast to orange is turquoise. So if you're looking for something to put down that's going to complement it, turquoise is your boy. He's the answer. I opted not to go that route, but I was thinking of doing it, I'll be honest. But then I thought, no, let's just go orange and neutral. There we are. Right, so I've still got these bits hanging around. That bit goes there, doesn't it? I remember now. Yeah. So, just like that. And I gave you the reasons why I was putting that there. This towel's filthy, it needs to go in the washer, and I need to sort myself out a new one. I've got loads that are clean and new. They were actually all white, but I put them all in the washer. I cut them up and I put them all in the washer, and this is the colour they came out. They came out this pink because I'd put a new t-shirt of mine that's bright red. What a stupid thing to do. Anyway, I did, and they all came, everything came out pink. Including, you know, some things I wish hadn't come out pink. What can you do? So here I've got that stamp, and if I put that there, that stamp looks a bit isolated. So I'm just going to move that up to there just to cover the edge of that stamp. I like covering edges up. So, just like that. That's perfect. I think, is that perfect? No, down a little bit maybe. Yeah, there. Yeah, that's nice. You could always emboss these, you know, if you wanted to, make them shiny and nice. I don't think they need it, but you could. Certainly have done the bee one. So this one, did we have this one anywhere? Yeah, I had that there, but I think it's too big. Let me see what else I've got. I've got figure 2 and a moment's treasured. No, I need something that's going to cover that. Oh, that does just. Does that one not? No. That's just too big, so I'm going to go for the figure 2. Also from one of the Creative Expressions die sets by Sam Poole. So that just fits there. There we go, happy with that. That's great, lovely. So I think that's all our background pieces on. So now I'll change glues and move to my precision tip on to put on the leaves. So this just kind of goes, my fingers are all sticky again, kind of like that. Let's just do it. Let's just get them stuck down. Okay, I think that comes out kind of there. They all want to meet in the middle, basically. That's all we're trying to do. And by pressing it down with my towel, I can also pick up any glue, any seepages that we might have. That's a horrible word, isn't it? Seepages. Whoops a daisy. No, you don't. And because these are hand coloured with the watercolour markers, they're not an even colour all the way around, which I really like. And pop that one there. That's lovely. So I'll just pause you while I glue this lot. It's exactly the same as that. Okay, so I've stuck those down. I've actually stuck these down. They are a bit awkward to stick, if I'm honest with you, which is why I stuck them down before you came back to me. And I'll stick these down as well. I'm just using my ordinary glue. You can use Distress Collage, and actually it's really good for sticking them down, but you've got to wait for it to dry. And I'm not the world's most patient person. Don't know if you've noticed that or not. So I'll leave that. I'm thinking that'll dry. I don't know why these are so awkward to stick. No idea, but they are. And I want them kind of cuddled up together. And the reason I'm using these flowers explicitly is because they're thin. And it's going in this book, so I mean, I will get thick, chunky things in it, I know that, but at the moment I'm trying to keep it relatively thin. Right, so that's them kind of there. Let's just give them a prod down with the tweezers. See if I can get them to stick at all. This one. Okay, so they look pretty, don't they? I'm really glad I've split that focal point this week, So we've got the 2 focal points. I was so tempted to put a photograph or something in the middle to give it a real focal point. But I like this. I like the way it's spread out. We've got the flowers coming this way and we've got these stamps going that way. I like it. So what I'm going to do in the middle of these is use my stickles. And I've got some orangey coloured stickles here. I don't know if you're supposed to shake stickles. I've no idea. Let's just try it on this scrap of paper. And I'm just going to pick the centres out. This stickles is called Paprika. Oop. Yeah, that's fine. I just know I'm going to put my hand in that at some stage. And I'm just going to fill the centre hole in with this. And hopefully it'll go some way to gluing them as well. And look pretty. So it's killing about 10 birds with one stone. This. There we go. Need a little bit more on these. I think they look a bit scant. Let's say scant. Yeah, there we are. So, guys and gals. I think that's what I was trying to say. There is our week 5 collage. And just a quick tick. Labels, yes, aplenty. Stamps, also aplenty. Tag, yeah, we've got 2. Words, oh yeah, bloom, field notes. Yeah, that's okay. There's words in the background, words on the tag. And leaves. We've got the leaves and we've surmounted those with some pretty flowers. So there we have it. I hope you like it. I really like it, but then again it's got flowers on it, so why would I not? It actually looks better in real life than it does on the camera. I shall bring it up and show you in a little bit of detail. There we go. So I quite like that. But I must be honest, when I had you paused and I was sticking these flowers on, a knock came at the door. Now, I know you're all thinking, a knock, Miss P, what could that be? Yeah, you all know what knock at the door means, don't you? It means Amazon are at the door. So let me put that to one side and try not to touch it until the stickles are dry. And I'm going to open this with you guys. Thanks, Mr. F. So it's in one of these fabulous brown bags. Let me just get it out. Oh my goodness. I wonder what sort of glue Amazon use. It's so sticky. Oh. So there we go. And within we have this. That's all that's in there. Save your brown paper. It's fabulous stuff. And this is what I've got in here. So let's open it up, see what it is. And it's 2 the same. So I need to get into here. Let me get in. I need to get in. Let me fold over that gluey bit, they drive me bonkers. Right, so what we have is a craft folder. It's a 6-ring folder. I don't have, Mr. F tells me this is what you do to open them all. Oh yeah, look at that. Yeah, it's a 6-ring folder. I don't have a 6-hole punch, but that doesn't matter. I'll mark where they go and I'll just use my ordinary crocodile to put the holes in the papers. And yeah, I'll show you what I've got in mind for this one of the days next week. But it's lovely thick craft. It's A5, which means it's half of A4. So I guess in the States you must have a size for that. You know, a named size, I don't know. Let me just get a ruler and I'll measure it for you. So from there to there it measures just over 6.5, and from there to there measures 9 1/4. So it's half. In fact, our collage book, my collage book, is half of A4, so you can see that would just fit in there really nicely. So something of that size. And also what came of these, I don't really want to crash into my collage, which needs to dry some more. Oh my goodness, are you in enough plastic bags? Each one's in a cellophane bag. Goodness, anyway, there's 4 lots of, I don't know now, I can't remember what I ordered. Let's put these like that, get rid of that and see how many's in one package. So these are craft as well. And in each package you get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I had 4 packages, so that must mean I've got 20 thingies. And they go, you'll be quite strong to do this. They are going to go there, which should get me around the problem of not having a 6-hole punch, because these should fit in. And they do. The plan's coming together. So there we are. So you see, when you close that up, they move much closer to the edge. And it said they were dividers, but I wanted them purely because they had tabs on them. And I like the idea of building a sort of, well, yeah, ring-bound journal that's got tabs on it, ready-made. And I didn't know if they'd be thick enough. I think actually they are thick enough. So I ordered more than 1 pack so I could stick 2 together if I needed to. So that's that. That's the next project. Oh, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it? I love that craft. Beautiful. So, yeah, thanks for opening that with me. It's always more exciting opening things when you're not on your own, isn't it? So that's kind of me done for this premiere. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope I haven't bored you rigid. Let's bring the collage back on. Don't wreck the stickles. There we have it. Let's hold it up so you can see it. And I think it looks really rather nice, actually. It's change. It's a change. It's flowers and leaves. What's the change? It's always the same. So thanks very much, and I'll see you really soon. I'll see you through the week. Bye.
Bye, everyone.